Hey guys, welcome back to D&D, Filthy and Friends. Quick recap of the last episode. We dragged Sniven and Tim kicking and screaming up the river, where we found shit that's scary, giant serpents and evil things riding sharks. And they dragged us kicking and screaming back down the river, where we promptly left that area. We have now decided on a plan of basically barricading up the entrances to this downstairs for now, and tidying up the keep a little bit, having a long luxurious read in the sun, a little bit of sunbathing, things like this to kind of get through the day, and we'll see from there what's going to happen. So anyone else have anything to add to that, or should we get going?
I'm good.
All right, cool. What are we doing?
So you were just about to long rest, or are you going to do all the other bits first and then long rest? Is that how is it? You've attached the boat, right? So, Stephen, you want to go outside and bury some people, or move the bodies?
Yeah,
what was the
I got some people to bury. I want to check out the books in Jolliver's not bedroom, but the room with the secret passage into his bedroom. See if there's anything interesting there to be read. Anything about maybe what's underneath the keep in particular. Any ledgers for interactions with the water cult that they might have?
All right. So I guess we'll do. Are you going to move all of these bodies? Or
Sniven would definitely help with that.
I'm going to help with that, and I don't want to just throw them in the river and wash them down to Womford or something. I think we should probably somehow.
You make a giant pile of bodies and you light them on fire.
I already said this. Everyone told me we were done with that. That was my suggestion too. That it might be the most efficient way to get rid of 30 bodies is burn them.
Yep.
Is that or a mass grave? We could have a mass grave and then we could plant a gargoyle garden on top of it.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I think that's a pretty darn big pit. It might be that you have to, unless somebody's got a spell to excavate a great big hole.
Just burn it, because otherwise you risk them some necromancer coming by and raising them from the dead or some stupid shit.
Ooh, that guy's not even dead.
oh yeah,
I feel like him with the pole arm.
I feel like you'd
Sure
burn
he
them
is
outside
now.
of the keep, though. Not in the keep.
I'm actually not helping with the bodies, not because I'm not trying to help, but I really want to keep watch of that area where I'm looking for. I guess I would probably be in the boat that we put in front of the grate, just kind of watching down that way, but in such a position that I could easily dodge off to the left and run off the boat style thing. So.
okay.
Oh, I like that. So the boat is kind of like the watchtower almost.
Yep.
Yeah. And I forget the top of the stairs where there is that secret door that had some kind of a locking mechanism, right?
The top of the stairs. Where? Sorry.
Here.
Like in the spiral thing.
He's asking if there's some way to barricade or lock that door.
Right.
You could drag a pile of bodies in front of it.
Or just move the table in front of it or something.
Yeah, because it's you pushed it inwards and there was no handle or anything. It's going to be quite. You could pull it up to the point where your fingers, are still in the door, that kind of thing, and then you could bring your fingers back out, but it would still be ajar slightly.
Wait, it's not barricaded? It's awkward.
Although I suppose you could push it from the inside and then go round the keep back to where Chakolth is and come up that way. So you could do that. Because it's a flat, smooth surface. But
right.
a
If you're on the boat watchtower, can you see far enough that you would be able to see if someone was going to walk up there?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then I'm fine with that, just as is.
Okay.
All right.
So you guys.
I will just tell the party that I will make a loud noise with minor illusion if shit comes down this way.
Caw-caw!
Yeah.
All right. So you guys collectively spend time cutting the bodies and take them. Where? What are you doing? You just take them outside and burn them?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take them out front, I guess.
Okay. You can do that. We'll say that takes you a few hours between you.
Could you ping where you did that, guys? Just out of curiosity.
Just off the road to the north, I guess.
Okay. Would that be visible, Adam, from where the children are stationed?
No, because there's arrow slits and they can't. There's not windows in this property.
Okay.
They can maybe smell it.
It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then you're gonna investigation. I guess we can use for looking at the books and see what kind of information we get. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. So you learn the first book you pick up is about the cultists themselves, and they refer to themselves as the Cult of the Crushing Wave. They worship the awesome power of water, and from the surging tides to deadly maelstroms of the sea, to raging torrents of rivers, in flood and rock-crushing power of ice and glaciers. So it's not just water, it's like all the different forms that it sort of entails. They see all living creatures as nothing more than trapped water that could one day be free to return to the seas or the skies in a new form. And the seas and the deep waters are eager to reclaim the parts of themselves currently held in the blood and the bodies of living creatures. And it is the duty of the initiates of this cult to return non-believers to the primal waters by drowning them or shedding their blood.
These guys sound like idiots.
I was going to say that's poetic and beautiful. Just return the liquid to the sea.
They worship fucking maelstroms and glaciers. Can you think of a less interested god than a glacier?
Do you keep reading this book?
Yeah, sure. I'll flip a few chapters in or something.
Okay.
Did that not go?
Like, imagine if they had.
That.
Imagine if it hadn't been Thaddeus with us. It had been one of these cultists, and he called upon his god in that moment of need. And we've got Muradin with the lightning bolt. He calls upon the glacier. The glacier's like, in 500 years, I will freeze part of his town. You know what I mean? Like, that would I would deposit boulders and sediment everywhere. Like it would have been the worst fucking god. Like, and it's seriously the land of living gods. They worship glaciers.
Right.
You see a section referring to the tactics and philosophy of this cult, referring to them being almost as patient and as stoic as the Earth cult. They understand the value of outlasting formidable foes and slowly eroding their defenses. They are very flexible and opportunistic in their overall philosophy.
This is why we have time to long rest. They're going for the ultra long game. The next ice age is when they'll be moving.
They excel as skirmishers in combat. They value mobility and opportunism, rarely making a stand in one place for long. Instead, you learn that they would maybe perhaps feign a retreat, regroup, launch an attack, wear down their foes, as described as a storm-driven wave eating away at his sandy beach.
Or a slow-moving glacier.
The beach doesn't usually die.
Although
the beach wins that one.
What that does say is it's probably good that we retreated when we did.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, once it ran off, I agreed. I mean, it was where to retreat to. That was the discussion. So.
It mentions the Earth cult in this book. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Does it make mention of the other cults?
No. You see the Earth cult being referred to as the Cult of the Black Earth.
Cult of the Black Earth.
Like night soil.
Right. It's the poop cult.
Yeah, we've named them wrong. We thought they were the dirt cult, but here the whole entire time it's been all about the Black Earth.
It's the poo and pee cult. How cute.
You're gonna read. There's like maybe one or two more sections in this book.
It's a short book.
Sure. Give me the good stuff.
Okay. Roll investigation.
You want another roll?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you've been kind of sat getting to know the language and sort of understanding the way this book is now like divided up. It's not like it's not like a book you see where you pick it up and it's got like a table of contents. It's just kind of maybe scrawlings of people from different sections of the cult. You can tell the handwriting's different.
It's a book written by idiots for idiots.
So you come across a page that seems to be in a much more delicately written scribe. That seems to be, I don't know, you almost feel like maybe perhaps this information is more valuable because it's so well written and it just looks more formal. You learn about a former sailor named Gar Shatterkeel. He is the leader of the cult and is described to wield an extremely powerful elemental weapon, a trident imbued with the essence of the princess of evil water.
That's right up my alley.
He is known as a sullen man who says little, perhaps letting his actions speak a lot louder for him. This details his beliefs that have been wronged by the world and hates all people except those as broken as unfortunate as himself.
So he would actually get along with the party.
Right.
So you learn a bit about his history, where he was in a poor fishing village. At a young age, he lost his family to an attack of fish creatures. The devil slaughtered almost everyone there. A merchant galley conscripted him as an orphan and forced him into a brutal servitude. He believed... So where are we? His unwilling service came to an end when pirates attacked the ship. During the fighting, he was knocked overboard. For days, he survived by clinging to the ship's wreckage until a shark ripped off his left arm. Death seemed imminent, but a powerful current arose and bore him away from the hungry predator, and within an hour he was cast upon the shores. He believes that the current had saved his day. That life was from an elemental sent by the sea, and from that day forward he devoted himself to the ocean, teaching himself its secrets and learning powerful water magic over years of lonely wandering.
So
he's a human? He's an elf? Like, how if his whole plan is to, like, outlast stuff, then, like, how is he... He's not, like, divine in some way, right? Is he an elf?
So, where are we? He despised all other people, remembering only his harsh treatment by the merchant crew and the brutality of the pirates. In time, he became aware of a call to a higher purpose, impelling him to find other examples of human flotsam and teach them about the power of the sea. His visions led him to the secret waters beneath the somber hills, where he found a hidden cavern temple on whose altar lay a powerful magical trident. Sensing its power, Gar took up the weapon and began to call his cult to join him in the Temple of the Crushing Wave.
I feel like we should kill him on principle, regardless of anything else.
I'm fine with that.
So, let me see if I get this right. His family was killed by fish creatures.
Right?
And he eventually became a fan and leader of fish creatures. But his problem is, like, memory loss. He clearly doesn't remember, like, his origin story. He doesn't remember his origin story. My family was killed by fish creatures, so I love fish Wait a minute.
Yeah. I mean, it's something like that. I mean, it does come off a bit like there's something wrong with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, maybe
it's like if Batman was very violent toward orphans, and that was his thing.
Right.
Yeah, I think there's evidence that he's disturbed.
Yeah. Would it be humane to put him down then? Because that sounds like it probably wouldn't be.
Maybe he needs professional help.
So we need to kick him alive and bring him to, what is this, the town to our southwest, or rather southeast?
Take him to the dwarves.
Yeah, put him with that group of brothers.
Why did that come up with that? Oh, well.
I think
I was just gonna
sea shanties and.
Am I meant to read that, or?
That was just for you to know.
Okay.
But never mind. Everyone else can see it a little bit as well now. Okay. But I mean, I presume you're going to share this with the party, but I was going to give you some information that you could describe.
The Crushing Wave cultists are not friends with the Fire cultists.
Cool.
The Earth cultists are regular and dependable, huh?
So they like the Earth cultists, they hate the Fire cultists, and they're so-so with the Wind cultists.
Yeah.
That's the last section that you see.
We can play these guys off against each other.
Are there any of them left?
Yeah, an entire complex of them down there where we're about to explore.
We could tell the Fire cult where the Water cult is and see what happens.
How are fire and air?
How do they get along? I don't know. This is only about the Water cult, I guess.
So it was just so they're probably roughly neutral then, right? So air would be opposed to earth, fire opposed to water. So then that leaves. Unfortunately, we've done it in the wrong order. I wouldn't be against trying to do that, but I don't know that I want to do this here. These people have been alerted to us. we're halfway through this. I kind of feel like we should just deal with what's down here, and then perhaps we can try to engineer something between the remaining two cults.
Mm-hmm.
Well, water and damp and dirt are coordinated, and therefore probably as a team
Attack the delegation.
attack the delegation.
Yeah,
they
that makes a
work
ton of
together
sense.
to cross the water. They
So you think the delegation, there might be delegation here? Is that what you're
well,
saying?
I'm wondering if some portion of the delegation ended up here, because the bugbears from that fracas came here.
Yeah.
We followed their footprints, so it could be that some portion of them are still down in that cave, or down in the water area.
I don't know. I think I come back to my earlier point. I feel like we have done a fair bit of setting up to invade the water cultist homeland here. Like, we're here. Let's finish it while we're here. I'm certainly up for trying to social engineer some stuff between the remaining cults. I think that might be better than a direct assault. But we've already done the hard part of the direct assault here. We've directly assaulted the entrance to a fortress. And there might be some nasty shit down there, but everything we do here allows them to regroup, rearm, seek out allies, etc. We're already spending reading time.
Yeah, we've already killed like half of them, basically. So I kind of agree with that. I like the idea of trying to use subterfuge maybe on cults that we have not already killed half of them.
Well, and presumably the dirt cult is at war with wind, which means if we could go to the spire and let them know where their hideout is down below or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like, there might be some ability to.
So in terms of the ability to outlast and be glacier-like, we could just cave in the river outlet and let them see how long they last back in the 2 miles back in that
Presumably,
cave.
the river starts somewhere. So
Yeah,
if it's a river that flows from somewhere to here, presumably it's fed by something. So there
Can I
might be
have
other
my
exits.
owl fly through and see if it can get all the way through, Adam?
Like
Cost me
trace
10 gold to summon a new owl.
the outskirts of the lake, you mean, under there?
See if it can get through and out the other side.
Sniven
I'm
is
just,
still
I'm just
very-
sending it down there on its own. It's an owl. It's gonna fly really fast and try not to get killed. I don't really expect it to work, but seems worth 10 gold pieces to summon a familiar.
I'm still very, very for going down there and killing all like investigating that area for sure.
And it sounds like a magical trident could be quite useful.
Mm-hmm.
That might give us. I don't know. I take your point, Steve, about or Bear. Is it your point or Barrington's point? I guess it'd probably be your point. I don't know if Barrington's saying that or not. But anyways, I take your point about the fact it would be kind of nice to have some allies in these other ones, because we kind of stumbled across the monastery and stumbled across this, and this one almost killed us stumbling across it. So having a bit more of a plan for the next ones would be nice. But I feel like we've done a lot of the hard work here. That I don't want. I think it may be more disadvantageous to wait longer here than it would be to go here, despite the fact that there's going to be dangerous stuff down there.
I like the idea of trying to use the wind cult to help like clear out the earth place some.
Yeah, the risk being that if they get a hold of the artifact that Iron Helm or whatever has, that would not be good. Or if they took over the monastery from us, that wouldn't be good. So
They might not be great allies.
That's playing with fire, except it would be wind.
Yeah. What do you think, Thaddeus?
Oh, I think we go kill these impure lava lickers.
Lava lickers?
Larva.
Larva, like
Larva.
maggots.
Yeah.
Well, that's one I've never tried, Thaddeus. People will do the strangest things to get themselves off.
I suppose you're one of those tree frog lickers, then.
Thaddeus' world, there's two types of people.
Larva lickers and tree frog lickers. Yeah.
Look, Thaddeus, some nights it got crazy, and I won't lie, maybe a tree frog snuck in there. How would you know? It's dark. Bodies everywhere. I couldn't say for sure.
Yeah, you can see in the dark, right, Tim?
Yeah.
So it's like not that dark. I guess the blindfold.
Sometimes you choose not to.
Alright, so what else do you guys want to accomplish here?
Yeah, I think other than burning a little time having a rest.
Mm-hmm.
I have to write Fireball in my spellbook, which is going to cost me 150 gold.
Okay.
Please do so. Oh, I'll take that out of the party funds.
How? Alright, I have a question. I may not want you to bury all those corpses.
Oh, we're not burying any of them.
We still have the civilians, don't worry.
Okay.
There's going to be more dead things. You don't
When
need those dead
slay-
things.
Alright, Adam, I need a ruling on that.
Mhm.
Because when I long rest again, I lose it. So, oh, that's not true. Hold on a minute. Yes, no, I do. When I long rest, I lose it. So I guess I need to know how long. It says when you slay a humanoid, you can cause its spirit to rise from its corpse as a specter.
Mhm.
How long
Yep.
after that has occurred can I do that for? Is it an immediate thing?
I'll say the body. If it's over a day old, it doesn't work.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just do it on the next one then. It doesn't seem to take an action or stuff. But I'm not going to have the specter for the beginning of whatever we do until we encounter and kill a humanoid.
Okay.
There are 5 in the washroom. Don't see the problem.
Yeah. Is there like a age or size limit?
I mean, all they did was burn the corpses. You could probably still use one of the corpses that they burned. It's still probably going to have its soul.
I think I will
we didn't
feature.
burn the soul out of
Wow, burning the water cultists was very disrespectful. It turns out we should definitely have buried them with the earth.
Yeah. Or probably they wanted an at-sea burial of some sort.
That would make sense
We're
too.
already killing a bunch of them anyway, so whatever. I'm gonna subtract. How much gold did you say for the
One.
fireball thing?
150.
Okay.
All right. So we have a long rest. I'll take as many watches as I guess I need to long rest too. I guess I'll rotate with watches then.
Would a water elemental be like a resistant or immune to fire in this game? That sort of the logical way that resistances would work, but I don't know if
I think
It
it's the
is.
opposite. Fire elementals are definitely immune to fire, so I suspect water elementals are probably immune to water. I don't know about the resistance.
to fire. Is
Is that-
there vulnerability to spells?
Yes, there is I think there is. I don't know. That
Like a fire elemental takes more damage from cold damage, for example.
Does a water elemental have vulnerabilities to something?
lightning?
I have erupting earth and fireball and snowball swarm, so I have 3 different elements I could prep for AoEs.
I don't know. Is it? I mean,
I don't know either.
could we like think about that from
Can
a
we do
wizard
like
point of view?
Can we do like an Arcana check to kind of guesstimate if a water elemental takes extra damage from a certain type of element?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Tim.
I have rolled a die.
Good. Well, you know they're wet. You suspect if they were turned into a glacier, they'd be less dangerous.
A water elemental.
Yes.
Yeah, Tim knows that it's resistant to acid, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, non-magical weapons. It's immune to being poisoned, and it can't be exhausted, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, restrained, or unconscious.
So let's say
Actually-
the fire elemental is immune to fire, and the water
I
elemental.
actually dated a water elemental back in high school. I actually know everything about them. She just we got into
Are
the
you saying she's-
asphyxiation stuff, and
she a bit
she
of a
was
gusher?
She was so wet.
oh,
I presume as like a hunter, you may have gone out and fought one. That might be the only way you would know that, or maybe you've read a book about one, or you dated one. Who's sure?
Yeah, he dated a water elemental. I can see that. Oh. All right. Well, are
Crazy.
you all rested up, Tim?
Are we long resting?
Yep.
For long resting, I'm rested.
Do you want us to roll anything or do anything for this long rest, Adam?
You can roll perception.
Sweet.
For the watches, yes.
Well, he's the only one watching, right?
And I would roll 2, right?
Why?
Yeah.
I think once it gets dark, I'm gonna stop doing stuff around the keep and focus on actual long rest and trance and watching and stuff.
Okay, so how long does?
I
How
can
long
only
do
do
you-
2 hours of the long rest. I have to rotate.
So usually
off.
I've been doing 4, and Sniven's been doing 0.
Yeah,
Right,
I'll
just do that.
I'll have to spell them out. Once we're actually doing the long rest, I'll have to spell them out and take first watch down on the boat.
Oh, well, we're doing that, so go ahead and roll
Yep.
your thing then.
Go for it, yeah.
All right,
Perception.
so perception at advantage.
Okay. Chakolth's first, second, third, fourth. Okay.
I'm first.
Oh, sorry, Thaddeus is first.
Yeah, I think I'm always first watch.
You're spelling me
Okay.
out in this one. It doesn't really matter, but sure. Okay.
Everything's fine. Everyone, long rests.
Great.
Thank God. It took freaking 3 hours.
No, it took 8 hours. It's a long rest. All right, let's get going.
Right.
So let's see. You guys got up at 12, had a big fight, did a load of stuff. So we'll say that's all like in the early morning. You sleep. It's now like I don't know, 4 or 5 p.m.
Great.
Okay.
Okay.
So are you guys going in on the boats and plate again? Is that the plan?
Well, that's a bit of an
It's
issue.
fine.
It's a bit of an issue for lots of reasons.
I mean, assuming we can just get to the landing again, then
So you all at the boat area talking now, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. As you're doing that, the owl flies back down the cavern and lands on Tim's shoulder.
with any information.
Yeah. The owl shows me the area that we are going to. I feel like the simplest way to convey what I've seen is that the number 16 was written. So, in terms of size, we saw 1. I
Mhm.
saw
Hey!
16.
Hey!
I'm not trying to like
No,
meta
sorry.
Adam.
Right.
I'm just like that's about how big,
I'm
how much
in a
stuff.
in a tough
There's
position
a-
to show what I showed you,
there's a-
or I think it's better to have you describe it.
There's
you
like
want,
a
I can put it back there.
circuitous path of water, like a river and a circuit. There's some built-up stuff, some bridges, some definite area on land that we can explore. We don't have to be in water this entire time. In
Good.
fact, I
Right.
don't think we'll be in water much
Right.
at all. I think we'll be walking on bridges.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, cool.
That would be great. I
And
don't-
does it seem like there is an outlet for this river or an inlet for this river?
Nothing clear that the owl could see.
So it's spring fed from in the earth.
I don't have clear information one way or the other.
Well,
There
yeah,
there are little channels that it could be coming through. The water could be coming into it through little channels. It could be a spring. It could,
it could be a giant.
Adam
like
is drawing
sea worm.
things on the map. I see those, Adam.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to give you the idea of the way the water's flowing, and you can
Yeah.
describe that rather than just showing everyone this. I think
So-
there are a couple of channels of water coming into the area from the north, perhaps,
So it's
but they're very small. And
it's from some underground, like further underground, basically waterway. Okay.
I suggest we take off our armor and put it back on when we're back on dry land. It's gonna.
Oh.
Awful.
Yeah, it's a half hour, but it's better than drowning.
so, if you're underwater in armor, can we pull you back up?
Sure.
I think you're fine in armor then.
I think you are too. Like even last time we successfully got on land. So
I don't mind the idea of trying to figure something out, magic or otherwise, to get up that 2 miles as quickly and or stealthily as we can. Do we have anything resource-wise that
Can
might
we
be
just
useful for
go
that?
in darkness? Just go in your darkness, tie a boat. We can tie the boat so that you're leading, and we just row behind.
My darkness is finite in duration, lasts 10 minutes.
Well, your 120 vision gives us some warning, and
I didn't see them in the water last time. I'm not sure it gives us any real advantage to them creeping up beneath us. I mean, I certainly can be a little bit more active about looking for that now that I know that they can do that. There's stuff to be worried about there, but it's no guarantee. I mean, we could bring the other boat in from the harbor. We could unlock the gate, bring the small boat in from the harbor, and send the kids in first.
God.
Are you sure your character's not evil? Or are you just evil?
I can fly the owl ahead.
Yeah, I like that.
The owl is within however many feet of me. I'll be able to see through its eyes, and that'll give us some extra range.
Have the owl fly really close down to the water as bait.
Yeah, exactly. Sure.
Well, what if the symbol is important? Everything that
The one I was connected to is dead, so.
What if the symbol is important? Everything that everyone's been in has been symboled. All the cultists we've fought, everything has had a symbol tattooed
so we
on
could
them.
try to present ourselves as friendly.
Or yeah, and it might not fool like a rider, but it might fool a serpent that has been programmed or taught, trained, whatever you will do, magically bound to attack anything that isn't displaying the appropriate markings.
Well, how long is the sort of illusion stuff that you guys can do?
Forever. It's a cantrip.
Then sure. Then put up the illusion all over us.
And my owl did get through and didn't get killed, so there doesn't seem like there's like
an
archer posted about to kill anything that comes in or something.
Yeah, but it's quick and small. We're not going to be quick or small. We're not going to be flying.
That's true.
I'm certainly okay with heading up that, but that's the part I'm most worried about. Because if Thaddeus and I get knocked underwater, sure, we'll be okay for a while, and yeah, you can pull us out, but it's going to limit our mobility. It's going to... I don't think I can cast while underwater. Anything verbal related, I'm not going to be able to cast.
We're basically extremely vulnerable for the 2 miles.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we have no retreat path.
Oh, that's amazing.
What?
Sorry, ignore.
Oh, I don't want to hear that.
I like that. That's good.
Not always looking up monsters.
Silo, we're good. No metagaming here. The DM is.
Let's just go. We accept that we're more vulnerable during the 2 miles, but we don't have any particularly good things other than having the owl fly low as bait.
Well, the owl can fly high and give us vision.
Yeah.
Chakolth can be up front and give vision.
Yeah.
And otherwise, we just fight whatever comes and go as fast as we can to the land.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and minor illusions, water symbols. Do we have any? I'm sure there's remnants of armor. Is there? During this long rest, can I take a look around, see if there's any clothing of, excess clothing for any of the water symbols stuff?
They kind of all the blue-skinned guys kind of are just bare-chested and really raggedy kind of cloth pants, maybe with some sashes on. The bandits obviously were all wearing full clothing. The only person that you could have taken clothes off would have been the elegant maid, so to speak.
Yeah.
But
no, we burned all those before I thought of it.
They burned everything. So, so what is it you're looking for particularly?
Is there any marking? Are there any markings on the boats?
Oh, like the symbolism of the cult and stuff?
Yep.
No.
Nope. Okay. Then all right. Then I guess what we're gonna do with that. I'm gonna keep minor illusion on me with the water symbol, very very visible, on me directly on my armor.
Okay.
I guess were we happy with maybe Thaddeus and I in the front boat? I'll keep watch Thaddeus rows, and then you two in the back boat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh.
Or
Sniven will row.
Tim and I.
Sniven will row because Tim is looking through the eyes of the owl.
Oh yeah, I'm not available really.
Right.
So I'll be in the back boat.
Okay.
Great.
So we're gonna head back down to the boat area. We'll be cautious doing this. We're worried that stuff has come back up during this absence we were gone.
Okay.
Okay. And
So
then,
Casting mage armor.
And there's no ghouls in the water, right? As we
Yeah, so you
checked
guys are just
specifically for that.
back down the bottom where
Yep.
the boats are.
Yep.
No
Okay.
problems. Excuse me.
Great.
So, did you say you're trying to stealthily row as well? Or like rowing slowly? Or are you going to like just
It's
row
a-
normally
it's
until
a-
you get close to the entrance or what?
well, no, we're gonna do. I don't think we can rely on stealth here. It's a fucking oar.
Yeah, I agree.
Although we could like wrap the oars in cloth so they're not clinking and banging. I mean, we could.
Sure, we'll do the minimum that we'll do what we can for that. That's a good idea. We'll do our best to silence the movement of oars in the brackets that you row in. I don't know what those are actually technically called. And then we're going up that way. I'm on lookout, and Tim's on the bird lookout, and we are going to attempt to be quiet. And if we see shit, we're going to attempt to be fast.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
1 second. All right, so let's put you guys here. I'm going to say the owl will see all this first, and you can react to that.
Okay.
In what way you want to do that, Stephen?
Can my party see this right now?
You can see this through the eyes of the owl.
Oh, fuck.
So we've got about a couple of rounds worth of combat waiting on the embankment for us.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too bad. Nothing we haven't killed before.
Okay.
They're not quite grouped up for a fireball at the moment, but
Yes, they are.
it's 30 feet square, right?
Yeah, so
It's 20-foot radius.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We can just fireball them twice.
And then long rest again.
Right. I saw that coming.
What is Baldur's Gate?
The other option is to quietly skim past there to one of the other landing spots.
Yeah, I have.
I feel like one fireball, and then just we land and kill them.
I'm worried that we're not going to be able to be stealthy in these rowboats.
I agree with that.
Yep, let's land and kill them.
Yep.
Think a fireball makes sense.
And I just want to be on
Mhm.
land again, because I don't want to face fucking shark lancers in a
Yep.
goddamn dinghy in heavy armor.
Super
So I don't-
agree.
Are we using
Um,
Chakolth fireball or my fireball?
I assume yours, as in Tim's.
I'm not sure because I have counterspell, and
He literally only has 2 spells though. Two spell slots ever.
if I go haste fireball, I just have 1 spell slot for counterspell or hypnotic pattern left.
Mm-hmm. Let me. If I do fireball, I'll just have 1 spell slot for hypnotic pattern or counterspell,
Right.
both of which.
So
I have.
I think like if it's my choice, it's definitely Tim.
Okay, I'm not sure, but I'll fireball them.
Okay.
Let's do this. Guys, check out this new trick I learned. I've been doing some reading while you were burning the bodies. Having some fun, I'm sure.
Right. Do you want us to roll initiative to see how the actions would go down for this, or do we get a surprise round in our rowboats?
I'm going to say you get a surprise.
Really, we managed to be stealthy in these with no rolls? Holy shit!
We're like in complete darkness though, right?
Yes.
So yeah.
In
That's
a,
you
cave-
guys-
in a
owl.
cave,
You guys-
rowing.
Yeah. Okay, well
They're
the
getting
rowing part's
fireballed
still.
from 120
Hang on,
feet
no.
away. Like, come on.
Let's just clarify this. Let's clarify this because Filthy thinks there's been no rolls and there's been about 12.
Okay, cool.
So I've not just let you ride in.
Okay.
Don't worry.
So we had passive
yeah,
stealth rolls.
You are kind of in here is not it is essentially total darkness and you are making a bit of noise, but again these guys are making a bit of noise. You can hear them sort of talking and walking around and patrolling, and the water's lapping. So I'll allow you to.
Okay. All right. So I guess we need initiative then. So if we need to figure out the order we're doing this in. Nice. Good start. All right.
I should have initiative at advantage. Oh, and I still didn't click on me. Duh. Barker.
So just edit it to 12.
There.
Right.
Oh.
Okay. So I guess then it's surprise round, which means is anyone beat a 22? No, right? Okay. Well, up to you, Tim. That actually works out pretty well.
Good.
You go first.
Yeah. Because we want the fireball first, so.
I mean, I can fireball here as well. If it's, I just feel like, do we need the resources of 2 fireballs wasted here? I feel like let's work on resource management after this last one. Like that seems like something we could do here.
Well, I've fireballed. We're not wasting them. We're using them.
Yeah, I can see
Hitting 7 guys at once with a fireball is not wasting.
Yeah.
No. I'm not saying don't use the fireball. I'm saying, do we need to use the second one, or do we just clean up?
Yeah.
I feel like a second fireball would almost trivialize this combat, so
That might be fine.
So
I could see it being useful. Especially because 22 is a kind of mediocre roll.
Yeah, and if I don't have to blade song here, like that's pretty nice. We're trying to do lots of fights.
Your blade.
All right.
I get fireballs back when you get blade songs back to give it perspective. Okay.
But I don't do anything without blade song, and you do something
Sure.
without fireballs.
Sure. All right. So the first one goes. Yep, that's fine.
Mental note: no one ever play a short rest character ever again.
Does it hit all 6 of them? 7 of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's the right one for that. And then our little mage friend. Dexterity. There we go.
It's well in range of everything.
Right, so these 3 take half. 22. Okay. So the cabin you're in suddenly lights up as Tim's hands create this brand new spell, and he sort of looks at it in awe for a moment, as if, oh, this is mine, this beautiful fiery devil, and he hurls it. And obviously the cave begins to light up as it erupts and explodes, hitting the majority of these guys with the full effect. What was it, 22?
Yep.
Okay. It's Tim's go. Just before Tim's go, you see one of the mages runs across like this and dives into the water.
During our surprise round?
That's one of the water mages or one of the sword mages?
Sorry. You guys, you all get a surprise, don't you? That's what I said. Right, so it's Chakolth next then.
All right. I am going to create a fireball of slightly larger size and hurl it in exactly the same location.
Is it larger?
Yep.
I hope so.
Or like a higher level spell?
Nope.
Larger?
No, he's gonna roll better.
Oh,
Oh.
you'll have to show me how to do that.
Okay.
Wait, so that's 50.
Quite impressive.
Okay. Let's just roll those again.
Yeah, I feel like this is like the perfect way to open combat.
But you understand this is a tax for going back out. These.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
The only person who gets taxed here is fucking me. At the end of all this,
That's true.
I know.
That's true. It's trading your thing for all of our long stuff.
No. I'm so ready.
Yeah, but
to
we
double
can
the
short rest and give it to him back
Yeah.
relatively
In the-
easy.
Blink of a second, another fireball swings past your head and slams into this area, and the whole bay is just engorged in flame, and you can hear the screams of these water cultists, and everyone just evaporates.
I attempt to give Tim a high five over the 2 boats.
You have to like roll acrobatics to not fall into the water. Which
Sniven will like row the boat up closer to their boat just so that they can do the high five.
Sure.
There we go. Perfect.
that counts as 3.5 kills each, by the way.
Fair. That's fair. All right.
Get me to land, you fool.
I thought you were the one rowing.
Yeah.
Get yourself to land, you fool.
All right, when we land, the first thing I do is, I don't know what I've been assuming touch radius, but I guess I could have done this there. I am going to, in full view of Thaddeus again, reach down to one of them and rip his soul out
No,
again.
there's no bodies.
Really?
But
They literally got completely incinerated.
Oh.
Does it require a body?
Does it require?
No, it just says you can curse the soul of a person you slay, temporary binding it to your service. When you slay a humanoid, you can cause its spirit to rise from its corpse as a specter.
The corpse.
Rise from its corpse, though.
The corpse.
So you think we destroyed their souls with these fireballs?
I think you destroyed the corpse, which is the object you need to rip the soul from.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see that being interpreted either way, really. Okay, well, I mean,
Sure.
we'll get more stuff, so.
Want to pull it,
Nope.
attempt to pull it from the particles that are left of the body on the floor, perhaps the dust that you can see
No,
that
I'll
you're
pull it
grounding
out of
beneath your
whichever
boot.
one of you runs out of resources first.
I feel like that's definitely something Chakolth would have said in character. Absolutely. I can definitely see his character saying that to his party. I like
Cut.
it. So,
All right.
let's see. You
The
entered anyone?
green
Yeah,
torch.
so just this. Sorry.
No,
Just this bit here. The number 2. A 20-foot wide canal leads between ancient masonry walls into darkness. The water moves sluggishly, indicating a weak current. You see torchlight flickering in the distance.
Well, we're going to go explore this land portion while we're here.
Mhm.
The boats, can we get the boats up enough that they're not worried about the current pulling them in?
Yeah,
Actually,
sure.
how heavy are these boats? Are they quite heavy stuff, or are they small enough we could actually get them up out of the water entirely?
Yeah, I'd like to bring
Oh,
them
yeah,
up
easily.
on shore.
Okay, I want to bring them up on shore as well.
Your guys' strengths and stuff. Yeah. easy.
Okay. All right. So let's do that. Let's do that as quickly as we can. I will either do it or Tim can do it. I want someone keeping watch on the water as we're doing that. With the friggin-
Owl?
Sure. Anyone. Just anyone.
Owl.
Keep, okay. Great.
Well, how about I help with that then?
Sure. Okay. You guys do that. The rest of us bring it up. We're good to go. When that happens, let's go figure out what's in this corridor.
So what we doing with the owl? Did you say?
We are watching the.
I'm
lake
watching
area.
the water.
Yeah, Thaddeus is, because he's good at that.
And then what else?
The rest of us are hauling the boats up onto the
Oh,
platform.
I see. Like simultaneous. Okay, well you do
Yeah.
that. That's fine.
Okay, cool. So,
You
Is
can
it-
roll
is-
perception, Kevin.
I can do that.
How far can you see? 100. Like how far would a character
60.
sight be? Would you say?
I'm
6.
60.
60 in darkness.
Is that like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60? Okay. You see a very still, black, inky lake. You hear strange, eerie chants from very far away. You can't really decide which direction it's coming from.
There is some very huge amount of shade being thrown to Pythagoras right now in this measuring system.
What do you mean?
That can't all be 60 feet. That's not how
No.
that
That's like a rule that we talked about many times before. The diagonals are just not. They're just not a thing
Yep.
In this
Right.
universe, that is
in this universe, right? Okay, so what is there anything special about this green torch that I assume there's many versions of all over the place?
Yeah, it's just it's a light.
Okay, then what is around the corner?
Okay. 2 seconds. Okay, so we have a little corridor. Oh, by the way, these, as you probably already deduced, these squares are 10 feet.
Okay.
As is seemingly the theme for this campaign, which helps my grid system to no end at all, ever. I hate it. Anyway, enough of that.
Okay.
All right, Thaddeus, go check for traps with your face.
Hang on just a sec. I'm going what, around the corner here?
Yeah.
Just.
Oh,
it's a-
yep.
it's-
At a dead
Passage
run, shouting.
No. So it takes me 4 rounds to walk there, right? Because I'm a dwarf.
4 years to walk there. Adopted the glaciers plan. All right. What do we see around this corner? Any traps that we step on as a group along the way? Make a death save.
Okay, so we've got another 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 70-foot corridor with 2 doors.
All right. Well,
Onward.
this is like people running through houses with guns going clear, clear, but instead we've got a warhammer, a short dwarf, and a polearm for this.
Right.
Right. All right, so we're just heading down the hallway then, right?
Mm-hmm.
I give him enough distance in case he steps on a trap tile that I'll be far enough behind not to be in the vicinity of that,
Well,
but no more.
So that's as far as I can get on one round.
Well, we're not doing rounds. This isn't combat time right now.
Yeah. Just
Alright.
like 10 feet distance. I like that.
So you open this door,
Okay.
presumably.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we? An iron hasp and pin arrangement secures the door to this room. The lock can't be reached from inside, but is easy to undo from the corridor. This room is evidently serves as a prison. A half-dozen straw pallets covered by threadbare blankets are spread out on the floor, and a cask of water leans against one wall. A dark slit-like window looks out to the west.
Is there any people in this?
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing.
Leave it for later. Let's go.
Wait a minute. This place is definitely made by dwarves.
Thanks,
Okay.
Thaddeus. Like,
We always keep
Oh
our
yeah, I
prisoners
knew that
in
too. I just
exactly
didn't
this
bother
way.
telling you guys. Yeah, I didn't think that was
Thaddeus
meaningful
says
at
that
all.
I knock on the stone to me. This is definitely stone, Thaddeus.
Yes, but it's important I might understand the layout of this place.
Well, we'll understand the layout of it when we.
Well, okay.
Open the next
That's
door.
useful. That's useful. If you if something comes up, share it with us. Something of note.
All right. I'd like to go up to the corner and guard while you open that door, or should I just leap right in?
Leap
Use your own intuition.
right in.
I'll just open this. Nah, I'll fall through the fucking door. Oh, no. Yeah.
Thaddeus, no!
What's happening?
Quick, summon his soul from his corpse.
I just let go of my marker, and because the snap, it snapped me inside the room. That's all.
The door sucks you
jeez.
in and holds you under.
Thaddeus is gone forever.
The door
Tune in
converts
next
you to
episode.
water particles.
Okay. The door's locked.
I want to throw it out right now. I can cast Detect Magic as a ritual. It takes 10 minutes, but I would have it up for the next 10
I wanna
minutes,
put
and
something
I
in
would be
perspective,
told
too.
if there was magic anywhere around us in 30 feet.
There's a really great spell that bards get that it takes 10 minutes as well, and it gives me a short rest. It converts a short rest into 10 minutes on one character. That'd be amazing. Just throwing it out there. That's like their... Yeah, I think magic would be super helpful here, and I think it's absolutely worthwhile to spend 10 minutes doing that. Although we did have the cries and screams of the dying guard that showed up.
Nah, it'll be fine.
You know, I don't even know that they had time for cries and screams. That was just woof and
Yeah.
done.
In about 3 seconds, they all died, so you didn't really hear them.
There are probably giant explosions under here all the time. It's just
Yeah, I suppose that's
volcan.
true.
It looks volcanic to me, right?
Big flashes light. All right, so while he's doing that, I'm going to come up to the next corner.
Okay, I'll follow.
When I'm casting a ritual spell, can I like be disturbed, or did I just CC myself for 10 minutes?
You mean
You
disturb more than normal?
basic awareness.
I have basic awareness. All right, good.
Yeah.
Get this bit as well, probably. And up here. A little bit. Okay, where are we? Stairs on each side of the canal climb 10 feet from the quays, so the bridge is 15 feet above the water level. A stone bridge spans the canal in a single elegant arch. Steps on each side climb up to the bridge, and the bridge has a low stone balustrade. Its weathered sides are carved with images of dwarven battles, and a single torch burns at the apex of the bridge.
I love this place,
Well,
except for the water.
All right.
Sorry. Continue.
Well, love it to
Well-
yourself for the next 10 minutes.
Continue might be the wrong word.
Yeah.
As we are at that happy time, unfortunately. So,
Well, Adam, weren't you saying things when I interrupted, though? Sorry, were you describing more?
What is it?
all right. Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll have to see whether or not Tim lives long enough to finish his ritual next time. So, thanks for watching. See you soon.